You've all seen those YouTube videos about how you've got to turn through that ball. And yes, you have got to turn through. But my word, you've got to stop spinning and you've got to get turning. Doesn't sound like much difference. Sounds pedantic, but there is a massive, massive difference. And you'll see a massive difference in the results as well. Don't forget, hit that link below to get on my website, to get on the waiting list for lessons with myself here at Wiltby Park. Press that subscribe button. Please, there's tons of videos out there that will help you and your game. Now, let's see the difference. So a lot of you are saying, yeah, I've seen this YouTube video. We've got to turn our hips through. We've got to really get our hips out of the way on the way through. Well, yes, again, that is true. But the problem is you do it in the wrong way. Now, here's the thing. If you get the really pulley ones out there, if you get a bit of a slicey one out there, if you get a bit fat, especially the pulley ones, maybe a bit heely, those main bad shots that you'll hit if you spin your hips, this is what I want you to try and do. Now, what does spinning your hips mean, first of all? Well, let's imagine we're on an axis. We're through my belt buckle there, okay? My golf club is going through my belt buckle. What should happen on the way down and through is the hips do three things. They slide, they rotate, and then they push up on that way through to get the club back to where it should be. The problem is, if you're trying to turn these hips, what you will more than likely do is you will just purely do one thing, and that's spin. Okay, you'll miss out the slide, you'll miss out that push completely altogether, and all you will do is spin. The problem is, when you spin those hips, what's going to happen? That club is just going to come massively over the top. We're in all heaps of bother when it does that. So what we've got to try and make sure happens here is, yes, we want to still feel like there's a rotation, but there's what I call a lift and a rotation on that way through at the same time. So it's not just a lift, it's not just a rotation, it's a lift and rotate on that way through. So what you'll feel is you'll feel your butt cheeks really tucking under your hips on that way through. And look, we're turning without having to think about it. The hips just react accordingly to what's being asked of them. We're not just spinning, we're adding a couple of slight different pieces to the equation. So what I want you to try and do, and this goes for you who have those bit of a slices, have those pulley ones, maybe the odd few heely ones in there, more than likely you're just purely spinning. So what I want you to try and do is get that feeling we're pushing our hips up and around towards that target. That's how we get the hips out of the way. That's how we get through that ball on the way down and through. It's pretty simple. It's going to feel really, really strange to a lot of you out there who are just used to doing this. But trust me, when you get used to that feeling after a few golf balls, you will see that ball heading really, really straight, and you'll feel a massive difference in the quality of the strike. You'll just sweep that ball off the surface. So what I want you guys to do out there, I want you to feel like you're sliding, pushing, and rotating. Oh, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it, especially if you're not used to it in the butt cheeks. You're going to feel it in the lower back. But my word, if we get those hips moving as we should be, the contact is going to be out of this world.